It's finally here. This whole time I've been counting down the days until Shredder's Revenge came out. And in that time I've been rewatching every movie, beating the past games, and binge watching Rise of the TMNT. So yeah, I've been pretty hyped for it and I couldn't be more excited to actually play it. So let's see if it was worth the wait. This is Combat Overview. In this series of videos I go over just that, the combat. To be a visual manual in a way and to give a more in-depth look into what a game has to offer. Because too many reviews gloss over gameplay, calling it a button masher or giving it the blanket statement, it's like DMC. Alright, so on square we'll do our most basic attack, and once we hit an enemy it'll lead into a 4-hit combo. You don't have any directional attacks with it, so no sweeps or launchers. But something interesting about our jab, press square, right? Okay, got our fast punch. But if you press forward and then attack, you'll do an extended jab. We'll still lead it to the same combo, but it's just the range of that combo starter jab has better reach, just at the cost of being a bit slower. Alright, actually if you press back and square when you're surrounded, you'll do a back kick to get some space, but other than that, there's no unique directional attacks. If you hold square, it'll do a charge attack, and you know when it's fully charged when you see this glint. And while you're doing that, you got armor on it too. Also, this charge attack is used to open up those enemies who guard with weapons or shields. Alright, but I did find some cool little thing about that charge. So after that fourth and final hit of our combo, hold square and it'll instantly charge. So it's a cool little shortcut. And since it has armor and all that too, it's pretty damn good to use whenever you landed a whole basic combo. Okay, so we can dash by double tapping the D-pad, and we got 2 follow-up attacks out of this. Press square to do this little shoulder bash, and pressing X will do the slide. But about that slide, so one good, one bad. Even though you're on the ground, you won't hit those floored enemies, which is a bit weird. But since you low profile, it's a cool way to dodge under enemy projectiles. We got jump with X, and press it again to double jump. And this too has their own follow-up attacks. Square will do this dive kick, and square after that second jump will do this little stalling punches. But some characters' moves are different. Mikey's dive kick will have you hop on enemies, and Leo's double jump attack will have you pay blade down into a crowd. Now if you press square and X at the same time, we'll do this DP looking attack. Not invincible on startup, that type of stuff, but still a good way to catch those flying enemies. And since we're in the air afterwards, you can actually dive kick right after. Can't double jump though to get that second air attack, just a dive. Now in triangle, we'll do super attacks. So neutral triangle will do this crowd control move. They're all the same for the most part, but they got their little differences. Some you can slowly control where you move, while some are stationary, just letting you rip. No unique supers on directional inputs like Smash Bros, but just like how we have attack follow-ups on dodge and our jump, we got supers there too. So dodge and then triangle will do a stronger evade counter attack, and in the air you'll do a powerful dive. Yeah, these can be comboed into easily from our basic attacks, as well as into each other too. We also have grabs. You just gotta walk to them and it'll do it automatically. And once you do it, we have a few options. So left or right plus square will toss them in a straight line, clearing out any approaching crowd. Up and square will fling them around, which is a good way to hit any nearby enemies. Down and square will do the classic toss them to the screen throw. And this one's really good since it'll take the enemies instantly out of the fight. Also on every grab we got armor on it too, so you're not going to be interrupted on it so easily. Alright, real quick before we move on though, the one thing I won't add it is to make supers OTGs. So this dive super would actually connect, could have been cool. Because so far the only thing we can do to grounded enemies is just grab them. Alright, let's keep it moving. Now we covered all of our attack options, so let's dive into our defensive ones. We dodge with circle, can only move left or right though, not up or down, but it can cancel our basic attacks. So we can easily get out of a sticky situation whenever we need to, especially since it has some pretty solid iframes. We can also tech falls here similar to Smash Bros. If we press X, we'll tech in place, and if we press circle, we'll roll on landing to either retreat or to close back in on the fight. And I never would have expected it, but we actually got something like Bats Within from Bayo. So as soon as you get hit, press circle and you can do the same tech options, letting you cancel a hit stun and reposition. And that's our defensive stuff. No blocking or counters, but the tools we do have keep the game feeling pretty hype. Alright, moving on to our HUD. We got our health and this is our super meter. So yeah, to use those powerful moves we need meter, each move using up 1 bar. To fill it up you just gotta land hits, and once a bar is filled you'll shine. Now another way to get meter real fast is by taunting with R1. You gotta do this when it's safe because it's very committal, but hey, that's a whole bar of meter right there, so it's very useful. And if you have 3 bars and press R1, instead of going into a taunt, you'll go into a radical mode, making you go into this powerful state for a bit. Just be careful though not to take too many big hits, because they'll take away any meter you have. But yeah, the enemy types we have here definitely make us use our whole toolset, or at least approach each one differently, which is good. Now we got these Castlevania inspired enemies who toss out across. Can actually hit them back too, which is pretty cool. You got axe ones that you gotta watch out for the hyper armor. Walking hitboxes the enemy. You just gotta space them out and let them swing before you can move in. These elite foot soldiers that'll instantly jump back as soon as you attack them. So next time you attack them, go into a slide to dodge those sides and then hit them on landing. We have a lot of fun enemies that you gotta approach differently, helping spice things up. Now the question is, by the end of it, what did I think? Well, it was pretty damn good. I made this entire video, the whole process of doing that, within 2 days because I really liked how it came out. We got 7 characters to choose from, all with their own feel, from the range, the speed, and the damage. Also have their own levels, you can get more health, more meter stacks, and supers to use. Makes it a nice progression from start to finish to get used to a character over that 3-hour campaign run. But if you don't want to spend the whole time leveling each character, don't worry, that's what arcade's for. Everyone will have their full moveset from the start, and you'll play each stage back to back with limited continues. The thing is, since there's no leveling up in arcade mode, you'll start and stay with that base health as if you never leveled up. And you'll only have 1 meter to use, unlike the 3 stacks you can have in the campaign. So there's that trade-off between the 2 modes. Arcade will be straight to the point from the beginning with that classic format, but with no growth, and campaign will ease you in a bit slow, but by the end you will be pretty strong. Either way, both are really fun and both will take only 2 to 3 hours to beat. Because of that, I say try them all. And then again. And again. With every character. That's what I'm gonna do anyways. So yeah, fun combat, great feel, awesome art direction, and a lot of replayability. It was a damn good job and definitely worth the wait.